Hey guys, and welcome back to
back.
Misyk and Maat Sports Talk. We're back, episode 4.
October baseball is upon us.
Yeah, finally. This is also marks the official 1 month for me and Cody. No, we're not dating, but we are podcasting. If you think about it, podcasting's basically dating. But yeah, 1 month,
I guess so.
4 episodes. We're excited. We're going to keep doing it. We love it. So much fun. Also, our second episode back. We're here in the new studio. Again. Hopefully, it sounds good. We had a little bit of mic troubles to start.
Today didn't take as long though. It only took us about 45 minutes to get set up. Last time was like 2 hours
minimum. No, but we had a little bit of mic troubles. We figured it out. So hopefully, it sounds good. I think it will.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we're here, episode 4. Our first 2 episodes only on YouTube. We have some special news. We're on SoundCloud now.
Heck yeah.
We have 4 followers on SoundCloud. Go follow us on SoundCloud, I guess. Misyk and Maat Sports Talk.
I've never had SoundCloud, so.
Why don't you download it? That's a free follower for us.
Oh, maybe. Good idea.
It is a good idea. It's a great idea by me. Yeah, but we're on YouTube and SoundCloud, so I know YouTube's kind of a pain in the ass for podcasting.
Yeah.
Because you have to keep your phone on the entire time, which kind of
sucks.
Yeah. But SoundCloud, you can turn it off. I haven't really talked to Cody about this, but I'm also trying to get it on like Apple Podcasts, like Spotify. I was looking into it.
Oh, yeah. Really?
Yeah, I haven't really looked too much into it, but I want to get us on as many things as we can.
Yeah, that'd be best for us.
So we're now on YouTube and SoundCloud. So follow us on both. It's both Misyk and Maat Sports Talk. Yeah, but we're back. Thanksgiving weekend here in Canada. It's been kind of a gloomy weekend. Cody, how was your Thanksgiving?
It was good. Dinner with family. Nothing overly special, but dinner with family.
You have any crazy family members?
Not that I know of. My mom's kind of crazy.
You want to put them on blast here on our podcast?
I'm good, thanks.
No,
your aunt's like, send me your iPodcast.
Yeah, shout out to my aunt because she's probably listening to this right now. You're not crazy, but she did call this an iPodcast.
Like my iPod.
I'm like, I don't have an iPod. I'm like, this isn't an Apple product. No, love you lots, but yeah, I had a good Thanksgiving too. We had some company over. My dog threw up in front of everyone, immediately. She barfed 4 times yesterday.
That's not good.
Only when people were over too. She saw them and just started puking, which was not really ideal for Thanksgiving. I won't lie.
Yeah.
No, but it's been kind of a gloomy, shitty few weeks. It's getting cold.
I like it when it gets cold. This is my favorite time of year.
I'm more of a winter dude as well.
Yeah.
But I could do without the cold. I love snow. I love Christmas. Last year I finally started getting into
ODR rips.
Yeah, playing hockey. So I look forward to that now. But I could do without it being cold. Remember those? We tried to go so much last year, and I remember this.
There were a few times where it was freezing.
And I had to pull out the leg socks.
I remember there were a couple times last year when it was just us on the rink because of how cold it was.
We also had a really fun time once when it was snowing. No one went because how much snow it was, but we had to clear it all off. But that was probably...
Yeah, we had to shovel with the nets.
Yeah, we did.
Because there was so much snow.
Yeah, we decided not to use actual shovels because of how much snow, so we just pushed the nets across the ice to clear it out of the way. That's my favorite ODR memory.
Because I remember it was kind of around Christmas, and I remember it was just downpouring and snow, and it was awesome.
Yeah, it wasn't even that cold that night. It was just lots of snow. And it snowed the whole time we were there, so it was full on winter classic.
Yeah, that's sick.
And I'm not good, but I felt like I was in the NHL ripping that night. I can't wait for that. We saw some snow on the way here too.
Yeah, we just saw like one pile of snow.
It
I don't
caught
know
me off
how
guard.
that
I was
got
like,
there.
snow? I was like, are you kidding me? I'm like, this is awesome. October 10th.
I told my mom I was going to get hyped the first time it snows.
No, I
Because
love.
I can't wait for it to snow.
I love the first snowfall, but like it never sticks.
Yeah,
That's the
it
one
always
thing.
melts.
It always melts, but I'm the kind of guy where like obviously I love summer, but like the days where it's just snowing and like it's like cloudy but like still like light. You know what I mean? Where it's like
Yeah.
where it's not dark skies, but it's like a light
Yeah,
gray.
kind of gloomy.
It's gloomy and the snow's falling. That's probably my favorite time of year. I love that, and I can't wait for it. A few months here, hopefully a birthday surprise for me.
Yeah.
No, we actually have a lot to talk about today. This might be our first episode where things are happening. Because what we decided to start our podcast at like the worst time. We started it with when there was no news. But we have not a lot, but a few big significant signings in the NHL. We have a few situations, and obviously, as Cody mentioned, it's October baseball. Playoffs have started. We kind of gave our division series predictions, but we're going to do a full-on playoff, like in-depth prediction at the end of the show, so stick around for that. But shall we get into it?
Sure.
Hockey or baseball? I think we should lead with hockey because
just because baseball is like
baseball's
more important as of this moment, and we probably will go more about talking about that.
Yeah, baseball's, since it's playoffs, it's probably like the big thing. But I also want to lead with hockey because I don't want to bury the Carey Price news.
Yeah, I don't 100% know
we don't know
what happened.
everything. We just know that he's entered into the player assistance program.
That's what it was.
And his wife confirmed on Instagram.
Yeah, I saw
that it was for his mental health. Angela Price, who's Carey's wife. I have the post here. It's a short one, so I'm going to read it.
Okay.
She posted this on Instagram. She says, part of the privilege of being in the position our family is in is that we also get a public platform to show how there is and can be a path to light for anyone who is struggling. No matter what is on the line, we hope we can communicate the importance of putting your mental health first, not just by saying it, but by showing up and doing the work to get better. Carey's showing up for himself and our family and making the absolute best decision possible for us. I will continue to show up for him and our kids and to seek out the support that I may need on any given day. It is incredibly important to us to show our kids that asking for help and letting yourself be supported by others is not just okay, but encouraged. Anytime and under any circumstance.
It's a good message.
It's a good message, and it kind of like shines light on his situation without obviously putting out too much personal information.
Yeah.
We touched on like mental health in sports at the start of last episode.
Yeah, we talked about Jonathan Drouin and Jonathan Toews.
And I think obviously you never want to see anyone struggling through anything, but it's always really encouraging and a nice sign to see someone.
It's good to see him ask for help.
Yeah, someone getting help. I know Robin Lehner's also been really vocal about his mental health over the last few years. Obviously, Drouin we touched on. Carey Price now. I don't remember if there's any off the top of my head anyone else, but like it's a nice step in the right direction for the NHL and kind of all of sports.
Yeah, definitely.
So shout out to Carey Price for getting the help he needs to get better.
I also saw a post on Instagram of the kid who's a big Price fan whose mom passed away the kid who was at the NHL awards and Price surprised him. He texted Carey and reached out and said that he was happy for him and that he's getting help and can't wait to see him back when he's fully healthy.
Yeah, well, obviously he's injured right now, so I guess especially for him, there's no better time to go out and get the help especially when you're rehabbing. I know Mark Bergevin said he expects him to be back in I think he said a few months maybe, but you don't know.
Yeah.
That's
mental health is first mental health or his actual injury.
I think it was his mental health because came after. It was he said that right after that news came out. But
yeah, mental health can be a long-term project, kinda.
Yeah, everyone is either going through something or knows someone who's gone through something or has gone through something.
Yeah.
So I think it's important to continue to push the message that it's okay to go get help and to seek help. And I think obviously you never want to see someone going through something, but it's really encouraging to see him out there getting help.
Yeah.
So shout out to
It's the
Carey
best thing
Price.
to do.
Shout out to Carey Price.
Hope you're doing better.
Yeah. Obviously, we don't know what's the full details is, but if anything else comes out, we'll definitely shine light on it. But
Yep.
shout out.
Sounds good.
We also somehow, some way, we missed the biggest hockey news. Not the biggest, because I think the UHL was we touched on that.
Yeah,
That was the biggest hockey news.
Yeah.
But biggest NHL news we missed last episode.
The signing of Elias Pettersson and Quinn Hughes to Vancouver.
We literally talked about that in episode 2, and for some reason, not just one of us, but both of us went, yeah, that didn't happen.
Didn't we talk about Kirill the Thrill signing?
I think we did. I think that was in episode 2.
I don't know what happened.
No, but Pettersson, Hughes, both in the $7 million range. Elias Pettersson for 3 years, Quinn Hughes for 6 years. I'm just going to pull up the actual numbers. I know Quinn Hughes is higher. His cap hit's higher, but he also got the longer-term contract, so that just makes sense.
Yeah.
But
they're going to have to pay Pettersson after those 3 years.
Yeah, Pettersson's getting
he'll be in his prime.
A legit payday in 3 years. Because you got to think the salary cap's going to go up. Because salary cap's only 81.5 right now.
Yeah.
3 years, I know Gary Bettman said it should go up. How much, who knows. But Quinn Hughes, 6 years, $7.85 million. I think that's a pretty good contract.
Yeah, me too.
They got him semi-long term. That's pretty long term.
Yeah.
I'd say semi's more 4 or 5, but...
Wait, how many was it again?
6 years.
Yeah, I think that's a good term.
Because you only get a max of 8, so 6...
Yeah, 6 is good.
Got him under 8. He's just going to get better and better. Pettersson, who's a year older at 22, got a 3-year deal, $7.350. He'll be up in 24-25, still under the RFA status. Cody, they're not going to have any money to pay him, do you think, right? They're fucked, right?
I don't know, yeah.
I think Vancouver's...
Paying OEL $7 million.
I think Vancouver has put themselves in a position where they want to win now, but they don't have the pieces to win now.
Yeah, I was just going to say, not with that decor.
Because I know we've talked about this in past episodes, but Brock Besser's up next year. You have to re-sign him. Bo Horvat and JT Miller up in 2 years. So you have the money right there to re-sign Pettersson in 3 years, but then you lose your 2 of your top 4 players.
Yeah. I feel like Vancouver has so many really good I feel like Vancouver is such a good top 6.
Yeah.
But then just
Pettersson,
from there, it's just kind of
their top 6
down.
forwards: Pettersson, Besser, Horvat, Miller, Garland, and then you could throw in Pearson, Dickinson, Hoglander.
With Hoglander, I think that's a pretty good top 6.
Yeah. I guess that's 3 years from now. Problem. Who knows? Maybe in 3 years you hear us talking about them losing Elias Pettersson. We'll find out, but they've put themselves in a position where they want to win now, but can't.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of news out of Vancouver, especially the last 12 hours.
Yeah.
They waived Travis Hamonic, who already committed to not playing.
Mm-hmm.
But if he knew he wasn't I guess he probably didn't know he was going to play, but like they paid him $3 million for 2 years. I don't know what happens there. Do they get the $3 million back?
I don't know either.
I assume he could get put on long-term injury reserve, which they'd get $3 million back, but like I don't know how that works. More news that broke earlier today out of Vancouver. Former 5th overall pick, I think.
Yeah, because he was drafted right before Kachuk.
Former 5th overall pick from 2016, Ole Ulevi gets traded. Now, I know Ole Ulevi's not like a big-name player, but when you're picked in the top 5, obviously there's something there.
Yeah, he's not bad. Like,
It's not great.
The skills there, I think, like, to be an NHLer, because he hasn't really...
I don't, maybe.
You don't know?
He hasn't been great. He's played 23 games.
He's drafted top 5. He's got to have some talent, so maybe a change of scenery will help him.
Yeah, 23 years old. That's just a tough situation. Obviously, teams miss on draft picks, but like, if you go back to the 2016 draft, let's look at what they could have got. Next pick, Calgary picked Matthew Tkachuk.
Heck yeah. Yeah.
7th
Great
overall, Clayton Keller to Arizona. If you want to look at just defense,
Could have gotten McAvoy.
and also 2-time Stanley Cup champ, Mikhail Sergachev.
Yeah.
McAvoy, who was arguably the best defenseman,
Chikrin, yep. Damn.
They missed out big time.
Yep.
And here's the thing. Could you imagine how I think like Jim Benning and Vancouver's actually a fairly decent at drafting.
Well, so why people got mad about him drafting Pedersen, and look what happened.
I think he's fairly decent. Like I think he's pretty good at drafting. But like if you look at the picks he's missed, mainly Ulevi and Virtanen.
Yeah, Virtanen was a bad pick.
They could have, if they would have picked it right. Could you imagine a team in Vancouver of JT Miller, Elias Pettersson, and then Pasternak instead of Virtanen, and then on defense Quinn Hughes and Charlie McAvoy?
Have more people to pay.
I guess, but maybe they don't make the maybe they don't make the Ekman Larson trade. Here's the thing. A lot of questionable moves out of Vancouver, but I don't think the Ole Ulevi trade is one of them.
Yeah, who'd they get back? Juleson.
They got Noah Juleson and Juho Lammikko,
Yep.
who I'm not going to lie, know the name, don't know anything else.
Was that the guy who scored the OT winner in the playoffs against Tampa on the breakaway? I don't know if that was him. 'Cause the name rings a bell.
I know a lot of stuff. I don't know that. Juho Lammikko, he hasn't played a game in the playoffs.
Okay, then it's a different guy I'm thinking of. Sorry about that.
Played 44 games last season for Florida. 4 goals, 1 assist. Wow. He was picked in 2014, 25 years old. Maybe he makes your bottom 6. He's not going to push the pace of play or anything. This is just a player. He's just a warm body.
Sorry, it was Lomberg who scored the OT winner.
Ryan Lomberg.
That's who
He's
it
got
was.
flow.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, Ulevi traded. Yeah, Vancouver's made a lot of moves. And same with Florida. Florida obviously picked up Ulevi. They also re-signed
Barkov.
8-year extension to arguably their best player. I think Barkov's their best player.
Yeah, so do
Huberdeau's
I.
pretty good, but
Barkov's better, I think, just overall.
8 years, $80 million. Overpay, fair price, good or like steal. It's $10 million per season.
I think just with how players have been getting paid lately, I think it's a decent deal because he's your best player. Like, you got to pay your best players, and I don't think it's going to be, like, bad.
No, I don't hate it. Him making $10 million would make him tied for around the 10th highest paid player in the NHL.
You know how old Barkov is?
2013 draft. He'd be around 26. Because McKinnon's 26. He's 26 or 26. So he'd go till he's 34.
Okay, that will be a bad contract in the end, I think.
I don't know. 34 is not too old.
I don't think it'll be worth $10 million a year when he's 34.
We don't know. I guess we don't know how the cap would be.
Yeah.
For right now.
That's a long time away, so.
Great contract.
For now, yeah, it's good.
No, but I guess his comparables would be like Eichel, Taves, Sagan. They make around the same, and I think he's better than all those players.
Yeah, same.
Jonathan Taves is kind of a different situation because he was older and he's already a multiple-time Cup champ when they signed those deals. I think they're a 3-time Cup champ. I think they Kane and Taves signed those deals after they won their 3rd Cup, because I don't think they've won a Cup since with those $10.5 million deals.
Did they win the one in 2015? Was that after those deals?
I think that happened. That happened, and then they immediately signed those deals.
Oh, okay.
That's what I think, at least. Taves extension. Horrible podcasting, just hearing me type. But now I'm curious.
I don't think those are the like two faces of their franchise. Like, it was a dynasty, so gotta sign them to those big deals.
They began at 15-16. Which was
so right after. Yeah, okay.
So, yeah, $10 million for Alexander Barkov, not too shabby in our opinion. Another person who got signed earlier today, New York Rangers, Mika Zibanejad.
8 times 8, I believe.
I know it's 8 years. Didn't really look at the exact number.
I think it might have been 8.5.
Something around there. But 8 years, kind of just getting thrown around today, huh?
Yeah.
Mika Zibanejad, 8-year, 8.5.
Yep.
What do you think?
He's already 28 years old.
So he'll be 36 when he's done.
That won't be great, but kind of like the Barkov thing, he is New York's #1 center.
I think at some point, when you're signing that kind of contract, you just say, we're going to buy out the last few years of this deal.
Yeah.
Like, I think they probably look at it more as a 6-year deal. With the last 2 years, they're just gonna buy out.
Probably.
Because I think they're trying to get that cap hit as low as possible. I think that's a really good contract.
Yeah, do you know how long Panarin signed for?
Well, I assume he signed for 7 years. Because when you hit free agency, you can only sign for a max of 7 instead of 8.
He is signed for another 5 years, so...
So they'll be together for at least 5 years, but you got to think Zibanejad is going to be surrounded by a ton of young players. Like
exactly, yeah.
Kakko and Lafreniere entering years 2 and 3. I thought New York was going to get Eichel, but I think this shuts the door on that.
Yeah, same.
We'll talk more about Jack Eichel in a bit because it's kind of progressed. That situation kind of progressed with no new information. But I think the Mika Zibanejad contract's actually really solid.
Mm-hmm. It's not the worst that we've seen, obviously.
Like, if we look back, his last 3 seasons, 18, 19, 82 games, which is really good, 30 goals, 74 points. I think that's worth it.
He went on that scoring tear before COVID.
1920, which is the COVID-shortened year. He only played 57 games. I don't know how much of that was canceled from COVID and how much he just missed for injury, but 57 games, 41 goals, 71 points, 75 points.
Because I remember he went off and just went on this scoring rampage, and people were talking about it, I remember.
Yeah, 41 goals in 57 games is ridiculous. Do you want to guess what that is over 82 games? Just throw it a number.
Wait, say it again.
Do you want to guess how many, if he
No, say the numbers. Like how many
41
goals? In how many games?
57 games. How many would he have scored in 80? Like, this is not proven. This is just his pace, but I've got it right here.
It's got to be over 55.
What's your final guess?
Just go 55.
You were actually pretty close, 58.9,
Yeah.
but you can't score 0.9 of a goal, so 58 goals.
Pretty close.
That's
That's a lot of goals.
That's ridiculous. And then obviously this year, not as many goals, 24 goals, but 50 points in 56 games.
That's
He's
still
still on
pretty
his
good.
point pace.
Yeah.
He'd overscore over 30, probably around 35. That's a really good deal for a really underrated player.
Yeah.
He doesn't get talked about enough.
I think he gets shadowed by Panarin a little bit, obviously, but yeah.
He was doing his thing before Panarin got there. Mika Zibanejad, who Ottawa traded away for Derek Brassard, never forget it.
Oh, man.
Horrible trade. Obviously, there was picks involved in that.
Brassard.
But it's not a great trade for Ottawa. But we could go on an Ottawa rabbit hole that I don't feel like doing because there's a lot of shit with Ottawa.
New York's actually got a pretty good team. Like, because they've got young guys and superstars.
Yeah, they have, like, Philip Hedl, I think, is really good.
Yeah. Scored a hat trick in the final preseason. That preseason game of the New York teams was really good. The highlights, it looked like it was hyped.
I won't even lie, I didn't see it.
Should watch them. It was hyped.
Maybe I will
Back and
watch
forth.
them. But we are creeping up on the start of the regular season. What is it, 2 days, 3 days away?
It starts Tuesday, so
We're 2 days away from
Yeah.
the NHL regular season starting. So by the time next episode, you get next episode, we're going to have we're going to have an even busier episode. We're going to
Yeah.
have start of NHL season, start of NBA season, baseball postseason's well underway. Like, it's
Yeah.
already, literally games are happening as we speak in the MLB. Like, Boston and Tampa Bay are tied up 4-4 at the top of the 11th right now. And White Sox Astros just started. Also, we'll talk more about the White Sox Astros, but holy, Chicago let us down.
I know.
Last-
I love the White Sox, and just I didn't even get a chance to watch the two games because I think they were both during the day, and I was at work, and they're letting me down.
We put all our praise into Chicago
Yeah.
just for them to get smacked and smoked. They got their ass beat both games.
Yep.
The game won't be over by the time we're finished recording, but we'll definitely check in when we start talking the MLB. We have a little bit more in the NHL to touch on right now. There's not a whole lot because things are wrapping up,
Yeah.
and we'll come back to anything we want to talk about. But Jack Eichel, what do you think? What's going on?
I really don't know. The Eichel situation, I think, is such a tough situation because he needs to have surgery.
Yeah, but the Sabres, here's the thing. The Sabres are in the wrong every situation. They're pissing his trade value by not letting him get the surgery. They won't let him do what he wants, which
Yeah, I've heard that
feels
they have
morally wrong
they
to
have
me.
different views on I don't know if it's the type of surgery or
Well,
what.
they want him to. I don't know what they want him to get, but I think he wants to get a disc replacement surgery in
Yep.
his neck, which has never been done on anyone in the NHL before.
Yeah, I've heard that it's not been proven.
But here's
or
the thing.
something.
Everything once upon a time was never done before in the NHL. He doesn't want to play there. I think Buffalo unwillingly wants him to play there, and they won't let him go. And I think it's not a fair situation for both.
Yeah.
You could tell that he just wants to leave.
Yep.
I feel like Buffalo is on the highway. Not the highway, because there's no sidewalks on the highway. They're on a main road. And they want to get to there's two sidewalks. They want to get to one of the sidewalks, but they're just staying in the middle. Like they either want to. Sidewalk one is commit to Eichel, try and rehab this relationship, or side two's trade him and let him figure it out. But they decided to stay in the middle. They're not picking one or the other, and it just shows how poorly run and what a shit show Buffalo is. Like in episode 2, I think I called Buffalo a shithole. I mean it even more now.
I think he needs to be traded. Like, obviously, he just doesn't want to play there, and it's not making anything better.
And here's the thing. You don't win the Jack Eichel trade. Whoever gets Jack Eichel wins.
Yeah.
You lose that trade. So I get their standpoint, but, like, he's not going to play for you ever again.
Oh, yeah. I don't think he will. I don't even know if he'll play this year. If he doesn't get traded.
Well, if he gets the surgery, he'll be back for it. Like, if he gets it today, I think he'll be back for Christmas. But it also sucks for Jack Eichel because him not being able to get his surgery means he won't play in the Olympics.
Oh, yeah. That's a big blow for U.S., but...
It is. And it sucks as the viewer that knowing that we're going to lose out on one of the best players not being able to play. Just because Buffalo doesn't want to commit to this. Like, that's really, like, messing me up. Like, I wonder how, like, I don't think the double IHF really cares, but, like, you're trying to put on a product in China this year where you want to grow the game and you're losing one of your biggest superstars because Buffalo can't commit to him or they can't commit to trading him. Like, I understand them wanting him to rather get his whatever they want him to get, but it feels kind of morally wrong to me to not let him do what he wants.
Yeah.
And I get he's under contract.
Yeah, he's making $10 million a year. Like,
he's under contract and they technically own him.
Yeah.
But, like,
I understand what you're saying.
Like, at some point, it's like he's not your product because he's not going to play for you. Like, he technically is, but, like, he's not.
Yeah.
Well, we're obviously going to keep covering this. I think it would be kind of funny if he got traded right after we stop recording.
Yeah.
If that happened, I'd turn the mics back on. But, yeah.
I don't got anything else for that. It's kind
of straightforward.
Yeah. Anything else for hockey?
Ooh, a little bit, but nothing huge.
No. Opening night, we got a battle of the expansion teams, so I'm watching that. That'll be cool.
I also put on here Nikita Gusev back to the KHL because I know the Leafs released him from his PTO, and I think it's just kind of interesting how 2 years ago he goes from a 44-point player to not being able to get a team.
Yeah. He tore it up in the KHL. That's how he made it to the CHL.
I think a lot of defensive warts get covered up by being lethal on the power play.
Yeah.
And I think when New Jersey went to shit was when he went to shit.
Yeah. I said he tore it up in the KHL, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, not the CHL.
He tore it up his first year, but last year he was brutal. This year, I'm a big Leafs fan. Like, I love that team. I'm wearing a jersey right now. William Nylander, Steamboat Willie.
I love Steamboat.
Watching him in preseason, like the games I could watch, tough. Like, nothing. He bring nothing on the defensive side of hockey, and like 5-on-5, he was mediocre. Kind of just was good on the power play, but like, does Toronto need that? They already have power play specialists.
Yeah.
So I just put what happened in our little notes thing.
Yeah.
Who knows?
I don't even know if he would have gotten power play time with the Leafs. Like,
probably secondary, but like, I'd rather him not.
Yeah.
He's back in the. I guess he'll try and make a return next year. See how that. I'm sure someone will give him something.
Yeah, he will. He'll get another chance.
But that's kind of all we have for hockey today. 35 minutes into our show. Let's get into our big stories. The MLB postseason.
Red Sox beating the Yankees.
Yes, we did. We both predicted wrong.
Yeah, Garrett Cole let us down.
Yeah, both of us went, Yankees are winning. Garrett Cole's on the mound. He pitched 2 innings.
Not good.
I saw this video of Garrett Cole warming up in the bullpen pregame and just the Red Sox fans giving it to him.
Yeah, definitely.
He threw a pitch in that, and this one guy's like, "That's a ball, Garrett!" He's like, "That's a ball!" He's like, "You're done!" And I was like, oh, golly. Sorry if that was really loud. I was kind of yelling. I tried to stay away from the mic. But I just saw him giving it to him. Like, okay, that's pretty funny. But pitches 2 innings. Red Sox beat the Yankees. Move on to the American League Division Series against the Tampa Bay Rays.
Nathan Eovaldi pitched really well in that game.
Nathan Eovaldi did, and he pitched today against Tampa. Obviously,
game's still tied.
Yeah, right now it's Tampa Bay, Boston. Game 3, series is tied 1-1. We'll get more in depth on our picks later, but Nathan Eovaldi did pitch today. Pitched really good. It was kind of Hansel Robles.
Shout out to Randy for stealing home. That was sick.
Randy Arozarena is probably the most fun player.
Yeah.
Left, right? I know Tim Anderson's really fun, but we haven't seen him in the playoffs. Randy was so awesome last year, and this year he's just starting off with such a bang.
Yeah, that's how he made his name heard last year, was from the postseason.
And then the Tampa Bay Rays are eating popcorn on the bench.
I saw that, Emmanuel.
How can you not love just that team?
I've never seen that before.
No, I've never seen
players eating popcorn or something
I saw this old clip of Zdeno Chara a long time taking a swig of Coke on the bench.
There's also that video of Kale McCarr where he's eating some sort of cookie,
Nathan
mid-game.
Would be pissed.
Yeah.
No, but Tampa Bay's so much fun, and I can't wait till they play in Montreal in 2 years. I can't wait for them to leave Tampa because Tampa doesn't deserve that team.
No.
No, they don't sell their playoff games. Tampa Bay, as much as they're such a great sports town, not for baseball.
That's such a fun team to watch.
Yeah, they're literally such a fun team, and their fans don't care. That's why I can't wait for them to. I think, isn't it confirmed that they're splitting it with Montreal next year?
I think so.
We'll see what happens, but Red Sox, Tampa Bay, currently going on. We both predicted wrong, and kind of glad I'm wrong. I don't really like the Yankees. I like the Red Sox more, but
I don't like either of them. So.
No, I don't like either of them.
Yeah,
but I like the Red Sox more. Next wild card game, the NL. St. Louis versus LA.
That game was more of a pitcher's duel.
It was a pitcher's
scoring.
Duel until Alex Reyes threw a hanging slider.
Yeah.
No, but
that was his first batter too.
It was.
It was.
Dodgers, St. Louis. Dodgers 2-run walk-off home run by Chris Taylor.
Yep.
I think that's kind of what we expect. I think everyone expected LA to win, but watching them win in the bottom of the 9th was just depressing. I was St. Louis was so close.
That would have been sick if St. Louis would have won. And Adam Wainwright, 40 years old, he pitched really well.
Yeah, shout out to Adam Wainwright. I wrote a blog about Adam Wainwright, and I posted it on our website. So go check that out. Misyk and Maat Sports. It's also in my Instagram bio and Cody's Instagram bio. Ethan Matt, ETHANMAAT. Click on the link. That's our website. You can read our blogs. But I did post one about Adam Wainwright because I thought, 38 years old, this guy's a freaking legend.
Yeah.
He did pitch really well. Also, you watch Trey Turner, the fastest man in baseball, get doubled up.
Yep.
And I was like, that's electric. Obviously, St. Louis loses 3-1. LA goes on to play San Francisco. 1-1 series. Logan Webb pitched really good in the first game, but
Yep.
we're going to get more into each individual series in a bit. We're kind of just reviewing wild card, but it was Max Scherzer who I think only went 4 1/3.
Yeah, it wasn't very long.
He wasn't bad, but for Max Scherzer, you expect better. Like when I saw
it
that,
wasn't
I was
lights
like,
out.
yeah, he was like fine.
Mhm.
Like obviously, if it wasn't a win or go home game, I think he pitches more.
Yeah,
But, like you
definitely.
can't really risk anything. Just kind of disappointing. Like
Mhm.
obviously, we both wanted the Cardinals to win,
Yeah,
but it's pretty cool to see a San Francisco LA.
yeah, that's arguably a World Series right there. Well, it is pretty much.
Yeah, I think you said that last episode, and I couldn't agree more.
Yeah,
Chicago
Series to
White
watch.
Sox up 1-0.
nice,
Eloy Jimenez RBI single.
nice.
You guys
I
are
want
what-
I want Chicago to win so bad.
Yeah, you guys are listening to our live Chicago-Houston Game 3 reaction because it's literally happening right now. They're on the top of the second right now. But that's it for the wild card games. We're now on to
Yep.
the division series. 1-1 Milwaukee-Atlanta. Milwaukee wins Game 1. Atlanta comes back. Max Fried pitches really good.
Yeah, he pitched really well.
You need him to pitch. Him and Charlie Morton both pitched really well.
Yep.
Jays legend Rowdy Tellez hit that home run in
Yeah,
Game 1.
that was sick. Let's get
like
rowdy.
Rowdy. No, but obviously Brewers win Game 1. Atlanta wins Game 2. I know who I got, and I'll get into that more when we do our full-on postseason rundown. But actually, do you want to wait till the end to do that, or do you want to do that in our baseball talk?
We can just do it in our baseball talk.
Because me and Cody, obviously, I mention this every episode, but we always like to end on something fun. And this week's episode, we were going to do an in-depth postseason prediction. But, like, I don't really want to wait. Like, if we're talking about it, why don't we just do it now?
Yeah, sure. You can get
Okay.
into it.
We'll talk about the first few games of the series first, and then why not get into it? So, I guess Milwaukee, Atlanta, tied up. Obviously, Game 2, Boston, Tampa was kind of crazy.
Yeah, Boston had, I think, 20 hits, and I think Kike Hernandez went like 5 for 6.
Something like that, but Boston jumped out to a 2-0 lead in the top of the first, and you're like, oh, it's going to be this kind of game.
And then a grand
Especially
slam.
with Chris Sale pitching.
Yep.
And then 5-2 after 1, and it just all went off the hooks from there. 14-6 Boston win to tie up the series.
High scoring game.
Houston dominated Chicago, which we kind of touched on in games 1 and 2. They have a chance to win it here tonight. LA San Fran's tied up 1-1. Logan Webb pitched really good, which I mentioned.
Yeah, the Dodgers got shut out in game 1 and then kind of exploded.
Yeah, 9
last
runs.
night.
And now we're here. It's Sunday, October 10th, 2021. And we're just waiting for baseball to happen. Kinda.
Yeah. Both checking the scores nonstop.
Let's get into our predictions, why don't we?
You want to start?
Sure, I will start. Let me just pull it up really quick.
Which series do you want to start with?
Let's start in the AL. Why don't we?
Boston, Tampa.
Okay, Boston, Tampa. I picked this last night,
Okay.
and I don't know how much I agree with it. Like, I got Tampa winning 3-2,
Yeah.
but I don't know how much I trust their starting pitching with no Glass now. Like, I still have them winning.
Yeah.
I guess, like, I'm not going to change my predictions based on how today's game went. Like, obviously, Boston can walk it off in the next 5 minutes, and it's like, oh, they take a commanding 2-1 lead. But I still got Tampa 3-2. How about you?
I think whichever team wins tonight, I think will be the heavy favorite. Well, obviously, because they'll be 1 win away, but, like,
Yeah.
I don't know if either of those teams, like, I don't know. There's just something about Boston. I've got a feeling. I don't know if,
They got the magic this year.
yeah,
I feel like
feeling it.
in every sport, every year, there's always a team that just has the magic.
Yep.
Like, I'm a huge Suns fan in the NBA, and I feel like last year they had the magic, and then they lost in the finals. But I feel they had that magic, and they rode it all the way to the finals. I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
And
I'm
I
gonna
feel
I'm gonna
that's
say whichever team wins tonight wins the series.
that's a probably pretty safe bet. I have that same feeling for a team we'll touch on later, but for this one, I got Tampa 3-2. Next series is Chicago, Houston. Obviously,
Yeah, I think we pretty much know who's gonna win that one because Chicago kind of just didn't show up for the first two games. So
if we were to make these picks last week, me and Cody would both say Chicago out of Houston hate.
yeah, I was just gonna say it's just because we love Chicago, hate Houston.
But watching how Houston played with their food in the first two games,
Yeah, I can't
Hey.
stand Carlos Correa.
I don't
I really
hate
don't like that
a lot
guy.
of players, but like Carlos Correa just gives me that vibe where it's like, yeah, I
Yeah,
don't like
just don't like him just by looking at him.
like I don't want to say that I hate this dude because I don't obviously know him, but like actually I'll say it. I hate Carlos Correa,
Yeah,
and I'm on the hate bandwagon from
Same.
here on out.
yeah.
But I got Houston 3-0. I didn't even give Chicago a game. Obviously, my picks are skewed because we watched Chicago get dummied. Like, I would have obviously picked Chicago last week, but I can't go against the team up 2-0. Like,
Yeah.
as much as I want them to win, I'm not crazy.
Being technically them being my second favorite team and Tim Anderson being my second favorite player, I'll give Chicago a game, but
Ooh.
Houston definitely win 3-1.
If they win today, they're still going to lose.
Yeah.
Love Chicago, but it's not your year.
Yeah.
I feel like the Jays would be in the same position.
Yes. Yep.
National League. Let's go Milwaukee, Atlanta, because I think L.A., San Francisco's the big question mark.
Well, I'll give the Brewers a series win, partly because Acuna and Soroka are out.
Yeah.
We touched up on that last episode, but I don't know. I think that series could go 5 games just because Atlanta played really well yesterday. But
They're pitching really
yeah,
well.
part of
They're
that
not
was because
scoring
of
a lot
Freed.
of runs, but they're also suppressing a lot.
Yeah. So if their pitching stays well, I think they have a chance.
I also have Milwaukee. I put it 3-2.
Mm-hmm.
This is the team where I think they got that magic.
Milwaukee?
I think Milwaukee's kind of like I'm a Jays fan first and foremost, but I think Milwaukee's my NL team. Like, I've been following them the last few years. And, like, this team kind of just, like, I feel like all year they've just had that magic, and then St. Louis kind of snatched magic from anyone.
Yep.
But, like, I got them 3-2. I think their rotation's better with no Soroka than Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, it doesn't matter if you can't score any runs. Like, they got shut out last game, but
Mm-hmm.
we'll see what happens in game 3 and 4. I think they got that series, and I think they got a lot more coming up.
How good was Yelich this year?
Poor.
Yeah, 'cause I didn't hear as much about him this year.
I think he was injured and then fell off mightily.
That sucks.
After they signed with that big contract, too, like,
Yelich was a really good player.
Yelich used to be my favorite player.
Yeah.
This season, 2021, batted .248,
Oh.
9 home runs, 51 RBIs. Two like outfielders who really fell off is him and Bellinger.
Yeah.
Cody Bellinger went from almost 50 home runs to being like a below average hitter who is just good at fielding.
Hopefully they can bounce back next year 'cause they're fun players to watch.
I want to touch on Cody Bellinger a little bit in our Dodgers talk because I think he's actually played pretty well these first few postseason games. But
Yeah, he had a big hit last night.
he had a big and he technically scored the winning run in the wild card game, even though it was a home run. But like
Yeah.
he's the one who He drew a walk. He stole second, and like obviously he
Yeah.
went out. Like it wouldn't matter if he stole second, but Yadier Molina is one of the greatest catchers of all time.
Yeah.
He throws out almost half of the base runners who steal against him, and Cody Bellinger stole 2 bags in that wild card game.
Yeah.
I think there might be an injury with Molina's shoulder, which might be a thing, but like still, you don't steal 2 bags on Yadier Molina.
Bellinger did.
Yeah, he did. Okay. Big series. Los Angeles Dodgers, San Francisco Giants. Cody, who do you have?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know. I don't think I know enough about the Giants. Like, I know a lot about the Dodgers just because of their success the past few years, but like San Francisco, like, didn't even make the playoffs last year, and then this year,
Best team in the league.
yeah, just kind of, I don't follow them enough, but
Just spilled water all over myself.
Uh-huh.
I know you can't see that because we're on audio, but just imagine me spilling water all over myself while Cody's speaking. I got LA 3-1. I hate
3-1.
the Dodgers.
So do I.
But I think we've talked about magic a lot in the last 10 minutes. I think the Giants are the team that had regular season magic, and it's kind of just going to wear off. Like, LA has too many superstars.
Yeah.
Scherzer,
The team's full of superstars.
Urias, Bueller,
I really like Urias, actually.
Julio. No, but every player on the Dodgers just seems to be a superstar or a former superstar.
Yep.
And, like, you can't escape that.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, as much as I want San Francisco to win, it's, like, hard for me to, like, it's hard for me to fully, like, just commit to saying, yeah, they're going to win. Because, like, you look at LA's roster and you're like,
Yeah.
what team's beating this? Like, obviously, San Francisco had more wins in the regular season, but
It wasn't by much,
it's
was
like
it?
one game.
Yeah.
But I put LA 3-1. As much as that pains me to say, I've got a LA Milwaukee NL Championship and a Tampa Bay Houston AL Championship. And I think who
Sure.
do you have?
I'll probably
I think you
the
have-
same, yeah.
don't you have Boston?
Oh, yeah.
I think you have Boston,
Yeah.
Houston,
Boston,
Milwaukee.
Houston, Milwaukee, LA. I'll say LA.
Okay. We have different picks here. Do you want to start, or do you want me to start? Well, let's just do both series, and then we'll talk about our
Okay.
World Series picks.
You can start.
I've got Milwaukee beating LA. And I know
I'll probably go against that.
everything I just said about San Francisco goes against. It's literally the same thing that goes with Milwaukee, but damn it, let me live. I shouldn't hit the desk. But I want Milwaukee to win so bad, I'm going to wish it into existence.
I wish I could wish about the White Sox, but they kind of just crushed my dreams.
They could still come back. I think they're losing.
Oh,
It's 2-1 Houston.
wonderful.
A Kyle Tucker 2-run double. They're crushing our dreams live on pod.
Yeah.
No, but I got Milwaukee in 6, which I know I'm going to... Cody just gave me a really...
You gotta at least put it to 7 if you think Milwaukee's gonna win.
I
Yeah.
hate
I'm gonna have LA winning.
Cody's saying, yeah, there was the loudest we've had the mics. You peaked the mic.
Oh, sorry about that.
Sorry to our listeners' ears who Cody just yelled at.
Oh man, just said Milwaukee in 6.
I want Milwaukee in 6.
I want Chicago in 5.
That's not going to happen.
Neither is Milwaukee
Okay,
in
but
6.
you gotta give me this, Cody.
You gotta give me Chicago.
No, Chicago.
They're literally losing.
Hold on. Chicago's literally losing this series. What I'm saying, Milwaukee's this is like fictional. Like if
I
Milwaukee
guess.
and LA play, then you could laugh at me. But like this is just in my mind.
Okay.
Like you know how easily entertained I am by anything? Like my mind is like not like a good like bar to go off of. Like I'll
Okay.
go up. What do you mean?
What do you mean?
Like, I'm so, like, easily tricked and entertained by anything.
Oh, okay.
Like, if you were to take my Milwaukee's pick seriously, good. I'm a genius. No. Like, I want to will it into existence. Why not?
I guess it could happen. You never
Anything
know.
could happen.
Anything you set your mind to. Milwaukee, do it for Ethan.
Put me in the sausage race. Do you know what the sausage? Do you know?
No, what's
You don't
that?
know that?
No.
Every game, the Milwaukee, like, people, they put on, like, a Frank's hot dog race, and they put people in hot dog costumes, and they run.
I didn't know that.
And I want to do it so bad.
I think the Atlanta one, they like have to beat the freeze or whatever.
I remember. I don't think they do that anymore.
I remember I saw one guy beat it and it was hyped.
I whenever I see someone beat it, everyone in the comments are like, "That's rigged," and I'm like, oh, "Go cry me a river." I'm like, let people have fun.
Yeah.
No, but I got Milwaukee in 6 because Milwaukee is awesome and I hate LA. But if it actually happens, LA in 7. Just kidding. No. And then I got Houston over Tampa.
Yeah.
4-3, 7 games. Just because I don't trust Tampa starting pitching. And, like, as much... Here's the thing. Houston, I'm hate watching that.
Yeah, that's a terrible.
What do you cheer for in that?
I don't know.
I cheer for LA.
So do I.
I cheer for LA just because it's a rematch of that one... I don't know, 2018? I don't know.
think so. I'll cheer for LA because I can't stand a team that cheated and won. I don't want them to win again.
Boston cheated and you picked them?
I guess.
Wow.
It's not the World Series, though.
That's true. But I got Houston 4-3 just because I don't trust Tampa Bay starting pitching, which means
Yeah.
I have a Milwaukee-Houston World Series. What's your championship picks? Championship series picks. I just went championship picks.
I might even have to go LA, Milwaukee, and have LA in 5.
Oh, my days. Will it into existence.
Sorry, but just because LA is a powerhouse and if like their biggest competition is San Fran, so if they beat San Fran, I think they're in pretty good shape.
Who has Rowdy Tellez? Not
Milwaukee.
LA.
Guess not. But they got Mookie, Cody,
Better.
Scherzer. Keep naming them.
Pool holes. They got Steven
Legend.
Souza Jr.,
Wow.
former Tampa Bay Ray.
Yeah,
Didn't he play for the Jays? I don't know.
I think so.
Shout out Steven Souza Jr.
Played for Arizona too.
I remember that I remember when they traded him. I'm like, Arizona steal,
Played for a lot of teams.
and then he was bad. Okay, you got L.A. I guess.
Yep. And
Are you going to rematch? Which World Series are you rematching? Last year or the other one?
well, Boston, Houston. I'll say Houston in 6. I feel Magic with Boston, but I don't think the Magic will carry them past Houston.
You know what I just realized? If LA wins the National League and makes the World Series, any team that's not Chicago is just a World Series rematch.
Really?
Yeah, because they played Houston and lost, played Boston and lost, played Tampa and won last year. And they
Oh
haven't-
yeah.
Like I just
Well, that sucks.
yeah, like I only want to see them lose to Milwaukee.
I want Chicago to win.
They're not gonna win.
Love Chicago.
They're not. It's 3-1 Houston
Oh my gosh.
in the top of the second.
Come on.
They're gonna lose. Dylan Cease is stinking it up.
They can't even win one game.
Not for you, Cody.
Of course not.
Tampa Bay, Boston, top of the 12th, still 4-4. This is gonna be something to watch. Hopefully they finish the game before we end our show.
Hopefully.
Okay, who do you have in the AL coming into the World Series to play your loved LA Dodgers?
Houston.
Ugh,
What else am I going to say?
I don't know. I don't want Houston to win.
I think it's going to be them.
Okay, to reiterate, I've got Houston versus Milwaukee
I've got LA versus Houston.
Who wins? I know who you want to win.
LA.
Do they win?
Yes. 7 games.
Here's the thing.
I think it'll be close.
Me picking Milwaukee's so stupid, but like I've already gone this far and they gotta win in my mind.
Oh my gosh.
They win the World Series. They have Rowdy. They have Jace Peterson. Are you kidding me?
Oh my gosh.
Jace Peterson, the GOAT.
That would be awesome if Milwaukee won.
Yeah,
I would love to see that.
Who wants to watch Houston win? Not me. If I wasn't a baseball, like if I wasn't a baseball fan, I think Houston winning would be so awesome.
Why?
Because that's the team you hate. That's awesome.
Yeah, I guess.
Like if I didn't care so much, I think that would be awesome. Like this is like David versus Goliath, but like Goliath is just like everyone hates you.
Yeah.
They're the London Knights of the MLB. Because London always wins.
Yeah.
But
Max Domi winner, Memorial Cup champ.
Mitch Marner
Was Kachuk.
and Devo
Yeah.
and Max Rupert.
London
Leaf legend.
London Knights are a sick team. They're just always stacked.
That's why they're
And Bo Horvat. Oh my gosh.
the Goliath and John Tavares.
Oh.
London Knights.
Just keep rolling in the superstar. Well, I guess not superstars, but
I
damn
know
good
you
players.
came for the playoff baseball talk, but let's talk about the
Lon-
Ontario Hockey League.
London Knights are a good team to talk about, actually.
London Knights teams. I know we were just like in an in-depth postseason baseball conversation, but who doesn't want to talk about junior hockey? Who doesn't want to talk about the London Knights? Team history. You
Brendan
guys
Shanahan,
you're literally listening to us find stuff out.
Corey Perry, Rick Nash, Patrick Kane,
Oh my God.
Dan Girardi, Sam Gagne, John Tavares, Chris Kelly, GOAT, Dennis Weidman.
I have a Dennis Weidman London Knights card.
Really?
Yeah.
When he pushed a ref.
Yeah, when he body checked the ref and ended his career.
John Carlson.
Okay, let's wrap
Oh my
baseball.
gosh. Sorry, getting off topic. Nazem Kadri.
Naz.
Oh my gosh.
Finish off,
Okay,
Cody's got LA in how many games?
7.
I've got Milwaukee in 6, just because I want it to happen.
That would be really cool. I'll give you that.
No, like, who doesn't want that?
Yeah, exactly.
Who doesn't want to watch Rowdy win a World Series?
Gets traded from the Jays for...
Trevor Richards, who's really good.
Wow. Yeah.
But
He's got white hair.
I know, I'm like, you great. But I got Milwaukee in 6. Cody's got LA. I guess we'll find out in time.
I'll be shocked if LA doesn't win.
I would.
As long as they get by the Giants, because that's their biggest competition.
I don't really. There's not a lot much more to talk about with postseason. Like obviously, we could wait here and watch. What you just made a weird face.
I just saw that Zach Ronaldo played for the London Knights.
Oh my god!
Oh my gosh, dude!
Unvaccinated Zach Ronaldo.
Yeah, bomb. Sorry.
Yeah. We used to love Zach Ronaldo because we thought he was hilarious. Now we think he's kind of a bum.
He also had an awesome snipe once in NHL when me and Ethan were playing. We were playing for like 7 hours because I wasn't paying attention to the time.
Yeah, it was summer, and that's when I found out that me and Cody don't have lives, is when we played NHL on the PlayStation for 7 hours.
No, I remember looking at the clock, and it was like 7:30, and I remembered we had like got on at 12, and I'm like, oh my gosh, Ethan.
That's...
Been on here for 7 hours.
I know the people listening probably don't give a shit about our video game adventures, but that one night where we played 7 hours is probably the most fun I've ever had because we played as the Flames every time, and we kept facing off against these same dudes who played as the Oilers.
That was sick.
And we played like 6 rounds of the Battle of Alberta.
I remember the first game.
We went to OT.
think-
And there was like a bunch of breakaways.
I think it went to a shootout because I remember there were like 3 posts in overtime.
I remember, yeah, because no one could score in OT. Here's the thing, that happened like over a year ago, and like I think about that to this day, and I'm like, that was so cool.
That was awesome. Hopefully we get something new in NHL 22. Like
Yeah,
some new
NHL
magic.
22 comes out on Friday.
You gonna buy it?
Of course.
I will. It's the only game I really play besides MLB, so...
Yeah, like here's the thing, I buy it knowing that it's gonna be the same,
Yep,
but I'll still spend that money.
same.
Well, I'm not really. It's my birthday gift, so I don't spend that money.
Yeah, I guess, but still.
It's for my birthday. Make sure you wish me a happy birthday in the comments on November 11th.
Happy birthday, Eve. Early birthday.
I know, but yeah, I'm gonna buy it.
It's almost a month away, pretty much.
I was really mad about MLB, the show.
Oh yeah, you said that last episode.
And then I started playing again, and you can create a new character. You can't.
You figured it out.
Yeah, but no, you can create a new character, but you have to wait like 2 weeks into your career to pick if you want to just be a pitcher, just be a hitter.
Oh,
I'm a closer for the Braves,
nice.
and they actually called me up.
For some reason, Detroit stopped pitching me.
You play for Detroit?
Yeah.
Oh my.
Because I'm a second baseman and a relief pitcher, and they just stopped pitching me, so
I'm just
kind of want to trade.
I'm just a closer, and we made the World Series, and then we lost to the Yankees.
Was that when you got swept?
No, that was last year.
Oh, okay. Because you said I
This
remember
happened
you
last
telling me
night.
about that.
This happened last night. I played the playoffs last night, and we were in the championship series against the Mets. And it was Game 6. We had a chance to win it, and I blew a save.
Oh man!
And we blew a save, but I pitched almost 3 innings because I blew it in the 9th, and I pitched the 10th, and then I gave up the winning run in the 11th.
Oh my gosh!
But then I redeemed myself in Game 7, and we won. We went to the World Series, and then we got,
okay. At least
we
you
got
got
spanked by
won.
the Yankees. But I'm no longer mad about MLB The Show, the video game, at this moment.
It's a good game. I like it.
I have fun.
Yeah,
It does the job.
that's more fun than NHL. Be a pro.
I used to have a lot of fun on Be a Pro, and then it kind of got shit.
I liked it when they had the interviews and stuff. That was cool.
Like in NHL 14, that was my first time I ever had an NHL game.
Mm-hmm.
And that's probably my favorite one to this day, but I remember I used to play that so much. And like I used to like the Leafs, but then I played for them in that, and I'm like, okay, now I love them.
Mm-hmm.
I remember we won the Stanley Cup, Carter Ashton game-winning goal.
I also remember. Oh, what was I gonna say? Oh no, there's something weird with this year's Via Pro that like you could buy stuff,
Yeah, I don't.
but you can't like
don't get
use it. Yeah,
You can.
like that's so stupid.
Yeah, they were trying to make it more like in depth, but here's like it'll be like you can buy movie tickets. And
Yeah,
I'm
or,
like okay, and then it's like, okay, you just bought them, but like you don't get to experience it.
Or you'd be able to like buy cars and houses, and then it's just like, yeah, you bought it.
So it's literally the same game, but they waste your time,
Yep.
which I hate.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I like about the new MLB, like, I'm not a huge fan of how they did Road to the Show in MLB this year, but what I do like is the drafting system. Like, in past games, they made you play, like, a scouting thing and, like, scouting games.
Yeah.
And, like, if you ideally play good in that, but then you get drafted by, like, the same 5 teams because you just get picked by the bad teams.
Yep.
So, like, if you want to have, like, some random part to it, you either have to simulate or you have to purposely play bad.
Yep.
But now this year, it's just random,
Mm-hmm.
which I like because, like, it's like, oh, I'm not going to be playing for Baltimore every time.
Yeah.
And, like, as much as, like the scouting games were a good idea, like, I don't want to play that. I want to get to the MLB.
Yeah, exactly. I remember that too. That was always the worst part, just to start with that.
Like, I'll do it, but, like, I don't want to, like, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Like, just let me play in the MLB. No, but I'm not really... Maybe by the time we record our next episode, the new NHL game will be out, and who knows, maybe I'll be mad about it. I don't think so. I'm usually not too picky when it comes to the games. But other than when the fucking Minnesota Twins don't call me up, which I was really mad about for some reason last episode. Like, listening back to
I remember that.
I listened back to our episode. I'm like, I didn't have to be that mad about Minnesota not calling me up.
Well, it took I think this was back when I was on the Braves still. Like I was hitting like 375 in Double A, and they like still wouldn't call me up to Triple A, but it eventually happened.
Yeah, like, here's the thing. I'll play minor leagues, but like, I don't want to.
Yeah,
I like
point?
it. I like it, but like, I want to be competing for a World Series.
Yeah.
I don't care about Double A playoffs. Like, who gives a shit
Yeah.
about Double A playoffs?
Yeah.
Not me. I was also really mad about the Cincinnati Reds.
Yeah,
So
you went on your
apologies to the Cincinnati
15-minute
Reds.
tear on them.
Yeah, apology to the Cincinnati Reds. I was in a bad mood because we couldn't set up the camera, and I took it out on them. Even though I do agree with what I said.
Yep. Shout out Joey Votto.
And Tyler O'Neill.
Career.
Canadian boys.
Oh, yeah.
There's a... Shout out Michael Saunders. Canadian
Yeah.
boy. Jay's legend.
Jay's legend. I remember one game the camera caught him picking his nose. That's one of my memories of Michael Saunders.
I remember him having one good year. And then bad
Shame.
every other year.
Yeah.
Canadian baseball players. There's a lot of, like, Canadian players who I just don't realize are Canadian. Like, I really
don't know
like...
too many.
Like, Seattle's got weirdly a few. Like,
Really?
Abraham Toro, James Paxton.
Oh yeah, isn't Toro from like Montreal?
Think so. He's former Houston Astro. Boo.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. If you play on Houston, I hate you, but when you leave, I'm like, I love you.
Yep. Well, I'll never love Correa, so
Not him. But George Springer, I was like, fuck that guy. And
Yeah,
then he's the first day he signs, I'm like, George Springer's so awesome.
if he would,
Jay.
if George wouldn't have signed with the Jays, I still don't think I would have liked him.
I really like George now. George is awesome.
Well, obviously, he's awesome for the Jays.
Jordan Romano's also. Jays have a few
Yeah,
Canadians.
I knew that too.
Romano
yeah.
and Guerrero.
Yep.
Nick Pavetta pitching in the playoffs today
Yeah.
for Boston. I know that the comment below who's your favorite Canadian baseball player.
There's
If
not
you
too
have
many,
one,
but
there's
there's
not a lot
got to
of
be a
good ones.
favorite.
Jameson Taillon?
Really?
Oh, wait, never. What the? I'm on Baseball Canada. Jameson Taillon, it says he's from Texas. Why the fuck is he on Baseball Canada website?
I don't know.
Bum.
Okay, well, my favorite Canadian player is Votto.
I like Vlad.
I love Vlad, obviously, but Joey
Also-
Votto, like, I don't know, something special about him. Career wasted.
Yeah, don't get me started. I also really like Rowan Wick, who plays for the Cubs. Because he had a really good year last year.
I had that guy last year on my Diamond Dynasty team.
Yeah, from BC.
And Mike Soroka.
Obviously, in Calgary, Alberta. Calgary boy.
Like him because he's from Calgary.
Nick Pavetta actually pitched really good today.
Really?
Pitched 3 1/3, 1/3 of an inning. I think he's still pitching. He is still pitching.
I was just going to say he was pitching not long ago when I checked my phone.
He's thrown 3 2/3, 2 hits, 6 Ks. He's working. He's still in there. Top of the 13th, 4-4 Tampa Bay. Boston. I know by the time this show gets posted, everything we say is outdated because we're not doing a live show. But it's
Yeah.
pretty cool for us to find out live.
And as soon as we finish, the Tampa and Boston game will be over.
No, I'm kind of stalling, but like, can't stall for that long. Like, obviously, something will happen.
Yeah, but it'll have to end, or it'll end shortly after we finish, of course.
We're at not a minute. We haven't, believe it or not, we haven't only been recording for a minute 15. We're at an hour 15. We have our studio booked for another hour. Anything else you want to talk? Like, NBA starts soon, but like, I know Cody's not really too deep into the NBA.
Yeah, I don't think I have much left for sports. I
Like,
think we
obviously
covered
hockey.
pretty much everything.
Brandon Pierlini's been really good for the Oilers.
Yeah. If you haven't happened to check out the Leafs All or Nothing series on Amazon Prime, I've watched 3 episodes and I really like it.
I watched the whole thing. When Cody finishes, I assume he'll finish.
I'll be finished by next
We'll
episode.
definitely
Yeah.
talk about that and review it.
Yep.
Because that was a really good series.
Mm-hmm.
We were laughing on the way here. There's this part where Sheldon Keefe's like, he's like, you need a fucking save right there, and then
Off Muzzin's ass.
fuck off. No, he's like off Muzz's ass, and he's like, oh fuck off.
It's like, you gotta stop one though. Come on, Freddie.
But we're almost, we don't really have a lot more to talk about. I think we should end on a happy note. Jack Johnson is officially a member of the Colorado Avalanche.
Makar and Johnson, pair number 1.
God, I hope so. You want to know something? I want to talk about how bad the Oilers' defense is.
I know. I hate the Oilers.
I like the Oilers, but here's the thing.
Oh,
The defense is shit.
yeah, it is.
The Keith Cece pairing? Are you kidding me?
That
That's
I
not gonna
love
work.
that pair.
You love that pair, but like we didn't even talk about. We talked about the Calgary Edmonton preseason game, and we went to it on Monday, so almost a week, and we got.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say we didn't talk about that.
We got to see Cody Cece and Duncan Keith with our own eyes.
And we got to see Cody Cece from the red line go to dump it in and happen to rip it out of play again.
Yeah.
He did it again.
2 years ago, Cody Cece's on the Leafs, and I go with my dad to the Toronto Maple Leafs Edmonton Oilers game. Cody Cece goes to dump it in from the red line with a slap shot, and instead of ringing it around the boards, he just shot it on like a perfect angle where it just went into the netting. And like I'm like, I've never seen that before. And like I remember telling Cody that and all our friends that, and they're like, oh my god, that's so funny. And then we go see Oilers Flames. Obviously Cody Cece's now an Oiler now, and he did it again.
I still remember when the puck went out of play, I immediately turned to you and like at the same time we were like, he did it again.
No, like, and I think like weirdly, that's the last game I saw. Was the
Yeah, it's 2 in a row.
Toronto Edmonton game where he ripped it out of the play, and then I watched him do it again. Like I can't believe that is something that I'd see 2 times, but like I'm personally proud of being able to see that. We didn't talk about the Olympics either. More names were released for
Oh yeah,
the Olympic teams.
Crosby. Was that
talked-
released last time?
We talked about Crosby, McDavid, Pietrangelo, but
Yeah, there were big names for like every country released.
for all like the big name countries, 3 names were released. Seth Jones, Patrick Kane, and Austin Matthews picked for USA.
Yep.
I understand Matthews. He's their best player.
I don't know about Jones being the first.
Do you want to know why?
Sure.
Because Stan Bowman is their GM. So he picked 2 of
Yeah,
Chicago players.
of course.
Kane will make it, but
Yeah,
like
obviously.
Seth Jones, I was like, that's weird. Then I was like, oh, Stan Bowman, Chicago's general manager. But I'm trying to pull it up here. I know, like, because we can't really talk about it if we can't pull it up. But Olympic roster. No, but I was like, Seth Jones, are you kidding me? I know.
Yeah.
Neon Leon, Cody's favorite player,
No.
is going. Here we go. Czech Republic.
I think Palat
Palat,
and
Pasternak,
Pasternak.
Voracek.
Yeah.
Czech Republic doesn't have a lot of amazing players. Obviously, they have good players, but like nothing really to argue there. Finland, Sebastian Aho, Barkov, who we talked about earlier, and Mikko Rantanen.
That's a good 3.
Yeah, I don't think there's any complaints there. Obviously, Germany, Leon Draisaitl, Philip Grubauer, and Moritz Seider.
Hoping Stutzel goes. I love my man
Stützle
Tim.
will probably go. What about Dominic Cahoon, baby? We
Maybe.
love him.
And I also love JJ Peterka, even when he's on the
John
Sabres.
Jacob.
He's
Or Jake
sick.
John yeah, JJ Peterka is pretty good. Shout out to the Sabres for actually having a player that we like.
And Dylan Cousins.
For no Teddy Bluger for Latvia. Hot take.
Oh,
Oh no, not Teddy Bluger.
Teddy
out
Bluger's
Christian-
actually a really good penalty killer.
Shout out Christians Rubens. He's in the Leaf system. He was named to Latvia.
Nice.
So good for
What
him.
about Gergensons?
Oh yeah, Zemgus. Russia got Kucherov, Vasilevsky, and Ovechkin.
Yeah.
Can't really leave any of them off. Andrei Sekera, Oiler legend, makes Slovakia.
Shout out Andre. I saw you snipe at the Winter Classic against Nashville. That was sick.
Also, shout out Andrei Sekera when he got hit in
In
the
the
nuts
nuts.
in the Stanley Cup final.
We were watching on my birthday.
Yeah, we were at Cody's house on his birthday, and we watched him get hit in the nuts, and it was so funny. Switzerland, Nico Hischier, Roman Josi, Timo Meyer. Obviously, we talked about the USA. Sweden's got Hedman, Landeskog,
Hegman
and Zabinajad.
and Steamboat Willie eventually.
I hope, I assume. Who do you think gives Canada the best run for their money?
I would say USA. I think I still will, but losing Eichel's a big blow.
It's got to be USA or Sweden.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Because Russia has no centerman. Like, they got
Or
Malkin.
defense.
Oh, yeah.
Their defense is always
Yeah.
shit.
I think they had Zadorov on there.
They're going to have, like, Zaitsev and Zadorov pairing.
Yep. So,
Orlov
yeah.
will be there.
Probably Sweden and US.
Also, I like Finland, but who knows who their goalies are going to be.
Yeah.
Like, they got
Probably Saros. Well, he'll be one of the two.
Saros, Lankinen's there. Who knows with what Rask?
Yeah,
'cause
I don't
he's
know.
not signed anywhere.
Yep.
But not a lot to discuss right now. But obviously, in the coming months, when things get released, we'll have a lot to talk about with the whole Olympic stuff. I always love the Olympics.
So do I. I'm so excited
I
for
hate
the
staying
Olympics.
up, but or waking up early, but
I don't
love
mind.
watching it.
For the Olympics. Well, that one year, I think it was Sochi when the gold medal game was on at like 5 or 6 in the morning. I didn't even get up.
I
I
watched
was
it.
asleep.
I watched it, and I only watched half because I had the stomach flu, and I was barfing everywhere.
Or Eve.
The second time I've mentioned barf in this episode. First my dog on our Thanksgiving dinner, and now me in 2016. No, but a lot to be excited for. I always love Cody with a huge yawn.
Tired.
No, but I always love Olympic time, and I'm very excited.
Same.
Denmark hasn't announced anyone, but you assume Freddie Anderson will be there.
I think Lars Eller and Ehlers.
Steelers. Those are probably your three.
Mikkel. Bodker.
Oh,
Don't forget about that Yote legend.
Mikhail Bodker. We're at an hour 25. Not a lot to talk about right now. Let's do one last baseball update.
Okay.
Then maybe we should wrap.
Yeah, sounds good. The
Nothing's
scores.
happened.
Of course.
Nick Pavetta got another out.
Going to bottom 13. Watch
Shout out
Boston walk it off as soon as we stop.
They're gonna if Boston walks it off and we haven't left the studio, I'll turn the mics back on and we'll do 2 minutes.
Do a little bonus episode.
Well, I will just start recording again, but I think it's gonna happen.
Oh.
It's inevitable.
Probably.
I think that's all we got though. Thanks for listening,
Yeah,
everyone.
thank you. It's a good epi.
Go check out us on SoundCloud and YouTube.
Heck
Either
yeah.
one works. YouTube, Misyk and Maat Sports Talk. SoundCloud, Misyk and Maat Sports Talk. Go check out our website. It's in my Instagram bio. It's in Cody's Instagram bio. It's in my Twitter bio. My Twitter and Instagram are both Ethan Maat, ETHAN MAAT. Go check out the website. You want to plug anything?
Go White Sox.
Yeah, go White Sox. Okay, thanks, guys.
Peace out. An
It
update.
happened.
It happened.
We went P, and they hit a 2-run walk-off home run.
A 2-run bomb.
Christian Vasquez.
We called it like 4 times, and it happened.
Welcome back to the Misyk and Maat Sports Talk
Short
podcast.
episode.
This is just going to be on the back of the other episode.
Oh, yeah, sorry, you said that.
So
Correction.
we are back for 30 seconds because Boston fucking walked it off when we were peeing.
I think they'll win the series now.
Maybe. Okay. Thanks for actually listening now.
Yes, thank
I
you,
can't
everyone.
believe they did that. That's
course
so
it happened.
stupid. Okay, bye.
Peace out.